Welcome to the live. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? You doing okay? Yay. I'm just getting situated here. Ugh. Oh, okay. Pull my clothes down so they don't bunch up around my waist. How y'all doing? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a day. Oh boy. But it's progressive. Thank you. Hi, Nitya. Hi, Amy. How are you guys? Yes, it's good to see you guys. Let me turn this TV down. It's in my ear. I'm watching this one channel that's talking about Whitney Houston. Oh, you're gonna go to my channel, Nitya? Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's free. One chapter at a time. From me to you. Oh, okay. Now just know the book is not available for sale, but the book is free on my channel. So that's the only way you can get it. Free. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. I've been watching you play. I started to jump in there, but I get lost all the time. Yeah. I was watching this channel and hi Ansel. How are you? Oh yeah. Thank you, Abdul. Oh my God. Yeah. Get that playlist from Abdul. That's it. Thank you, Abdul. I appreciate it. Hi, Ains. How are you? Anes. Ains is am I pronouncing that right? I appreciate it, nephew. I appreciate it. Yes, the playlist. That's it. Oh, thank you, Ains. Oh boy, the family is in the house. It's so good to see you guys. Even though I can't physically see you, I can still see you. I can see you. I can see you talk. I can see you talk. Hello, Julian. How are you? Hello again. How are you today? You were here last night, right? It won't open up? Ains, We're not having that. We're not having that one bit. You gotta bounce. Now you ain't gonna insult my nephew. Already. Oh, he's already gone, honey. He's already gone. I ain't having all that. Oh, you unhit him? Drop the hammer. Hi, SK. I did. I did block him. I blocked you. No, don't give him that ammunition, honey. Let him go. Let him go. I kicked him out. He ain't coming in here talking crazy. Sorry about all that, you guys. I appreciate you being here. I don't like that racist mess. I don't like that at all. Who's crying? Yep. Abdul's about to whoop that you know what. The troll, please. But he called him anus. Yeah. I kicked him out the first time. You brought him back. But yeah, you keep him kicked out. Now, it's one thing if they say crazy stuff to me, but I'm not going to have them saying stuff to you. The anus part, that was funny. Maybe that's why he came, Abdul. You didn't call him on his name. Oh my God. Hello, Kenley. How are you, sweetheart? And we done started it off already with these people. I know you did. Hi, Sherry. That doesn't hurt. I'm from the USA, so no depression from. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hi, Keisha. Okay. Anus. He called him a butthole. Hi, Nubia. Oh. Oh, thank you, Julian. I hope you enjoyed them. Silly me, silly me. I just try to have fun. Because they said girls just want to have fun. I just want to get paid. Hello, Iris. Mind your business is in the house. Where is Pawpaw? Let me go see where I think my husband is back here. Should I go get him? Should I go get him and have him come say hi to you guys? I'll go get him if you guys tell me to. Only if you tell me to. Minnie Mouse, Minnie. I understand if you don't play video games, but do we all agree if this woman did play games, it would be a success? Oh, hi, Bendel. How are you, love? Hi, Big Frank. How are you? Good to see you. You know, Julian, I started trying to play the games, and I just might get off into it. I was trying. I'm getting better at it. I still get lost in the grass. I get lost in that grass and that Roblox, I swear. But it's fun. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm having fun. Auntie, where is the info for the book? I don't see it in your description box. Hi, Kinley. Sweetheart, the book is not for sale. The book is actually in the playlist. That's how you get to hear the book. It's chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. That link that Abdul put up. If you're not able to get it through that link, then you would need to go to my channel to the playlist. I don't know. Wait, can I share a playlist with a person? Oh, Julian, it's my book. I wrote a book. Thank you, Bendall. Mwah. Nitya, I don't know. Can I share a playlist? Can I send it to someone? Because what Abdul is sharing with you, Nitya, is the actual playlist where that book is located. It's about me, Julian. It's me. If you guys are interested in listening to Auntie Mickey's book, hit the link and add it to your playlist. Yeah, I don't know of any other way. Thank you, Bendall. I was trying to go get him so he could say hi to you guys. I will check it out. I'm excited. Oh, good, Julian. I hope you do enjoy it. Oh no, I don't have an ebook, honey. I read the book chapter after chapter, and I put each chapter in my, you know, on my channel. So it's out there for anybody to go listen to. You can do it one at a time if you want. Okay. Kansas City won. Oh, wow. Kansas City won. Hey, Anthony. Yeah, we'll work on that ebook later. It's a whole lot of circumstances happened that I didn't start selling the book again. But now, Julian, this is not a book that you read. This is a book that you listen to. I read the book online. So it'll be the author reading to you. You get to see me read to you. Yeah. It's audio and video. Because I read each chapter. I think there's 16 chapters. I think. Might be wrong. I'd have to look. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Would you guys like me to go get Unc to go so he could say hi? I'll go get him. Okay. I'll go get him so he can say hi to you guys. Hey, baby. Baby. Everybody want to say hi to you. Okay. Yeah. Okay, here you come. He was downstairs.
You need some clothes.
Just dump him on Okay. Come on.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Okay, you guys, this is my husband. For those of you who don't know, thank you, Keisha.
Hey, Keisha.
This is my husband. They call him Unc, but he's my boo thing. He my baby. He my side piece. He my front piece, back piece, piece.
Everything, huh?
Everything piece. So I just brought him in so he could say hi to you guys, and you could say hi to him. Say,
Hello. You guys have a good time.
yeah.
I'm
See,
going
she
to
says,
give.
"Hey, Unc."
Hey, baby. I'm just going to give her some of her space. Love you guys.
He said, "I see that swagger is a family thing." All right, baby.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Okay, love.
Bye bye, baby.
Bye bye. You can shut that door too if you want, if you
Okay.
don't mind.
No
But
problem.
I'll fold them clothes up
No,
when
I
I'm
got it.
done.
I got it. I
I
got to
can
do
do it
something. I
too.
got it. No, you do your thing.
Okay. Okay. Love you.
Love you.
Okay. For those that didn't believe I had a husband, I had to clarify some things. So, God, I missed out a lot on the chat just now. Belize. How are you, Belize? W stream. I'm not in that conversation. You was having a conversation with someone else. I have a question. Yes, what is your question? Is he the guy with that booty? Yes, he is. That's the booty guy. You want a young piece. I got a young piece. He's young in his own way. Do you like nature? Depends on what kind of nature you talking about. All your other nieces are here, Auntie. I know. I got all my family here. You know what, Belize? I'm a city girl, so I'm going to have to say I like the city better than the country and nature. I hope that answers your question. See, there's nature within the city. Did that answer your question, Belize? I'm not into listening to, you know, birds. I have a question. Okay, what's your next question? I need that box so I can play the Jeopardy song. Doon, 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 doon. What's your question, baby? The clock is ticking. Okie dokie, where are you, Belize? This must be a long question. I hope it ain't too personal. I don't want you to waste all your time asking a question you won't get an answer to. All right, everybody has been waiting on you, Belize. Ain't nobody else been saying nothing. We all waiting on you. Let's pick up the pace. Type it up. If not, hey, I'll move on. 27 in the chat. Thank you, Keisha. I appreciate it. Because you know what? I'm waiting on Belize to ask his question. This is his second one. And he ain't spit it out. Belize has not spit it out yet. You need to spit it out. Because we all waiting. Thank you, sweetheart. Belize, what you doing? You holding up the chat with your question. You ain't supposed to be holding up the chat now. Maybe Belize left. I already asked you. Okay, but I answered it. I answered it, and then you said I have another question. Okay, well, if you don't have any more questions, moving on. I gotta read. Okay, I read twice. No, 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 no. Don't ask. I already answered. I said I like the city. I'm with my mom, and she said hello. Tell her hi, Abdul. Belize, are you talking about the question you asked about? Do I like nature? Tell her thank you so much, and tell her I love her son immensely. She did a wonderful job. I love you too, nephew. If you my nephew, she would be my sister. So I can call her sister if she don't mind. How was your Sunday? I just smoked and played The Sims while watching The Sopranos. It was very quiet, Julian. I was trying to figure out a situation with YouTube, and I got that straightened out. And then I found out I missed my grandson's senior for his basketball team, and that just broke my heart. So, other than that, I haven't been doing much. Just doing what I do every day for YouTube for my family, and I tried my hand at Roblox again, and I got lost somewhere. Hey, Katrina, my one member. Oh, I love her. I have a member, y'all. Katrina's my first member. She's so special. I got to figure out something special to do for her. Yes, Keisha, I got a member. And she's a sweetheart, too. I have that from, man, I can't stand doing, especially for someone you really care about. Is it pink? Is what pink? I Dirk. Is what pink? And what kind of way is that to enter a chat room? I'm just asking. Soy gaming. I'm here to put people in place. Okay, well, can you start with yourself, sir? This ain't your chat room, boo boo. Stay in your place. That's where you start putting people in place. Start with yourself. Ain't that right? I think Idirk's question is not exactly. I think so too. Is it pink? But I'm gonna let him sit there and ponder what he's saying. I ain't gonna kick him out, not yet. They talking about. I know what he talking about. I know exactly what he talking about. That's why I asked him what is he talking about. I'm gonna make him say it. Question: if a quiz is called a quizzical, what is a test called? It's called a testicle, Tyrone. Tyrone. That's my brother-in-law's middle name. I've always loved that name, Tyrone, because you can call Tyrone. Tell him, come on, let me get your shit. What cigarettes do you prefer? I prefer tobacco. Tobacco. How about that? I got a Tyrone in the house. You need to call Tyrone. Call him. Yes, Marlboro. How'd you know? You must have seen it. You must have seen it. I am here to help with people streams and stop bullying. I already have that soy, but I appreciate your coming. And you're free to still sit here if you'd like. But I won't be doling out any more moderators for a while. Don't y'all speak when y'all enter a chat? Exactly, huh, Keisha? That's why I wonder, sometimes where they're from. Do you like Fast and Furious? You talking about the movie, Julian? Oops. I'm sorry that slipped out. You talking about the movie? Oh my God. That kind of fell out. Oh, Fast and Furious. I remember those days. Anyway, moving on. That's okay, beautiful. Sometimes things slip out. Yes, it does. And you know what? I try for that not to happen. I love your makeup. You got to do video step by step. Yeah, I did that. It didn't turn out very good, Katrina. I'm gonna have to redo that. Okay, Julie. Yeah, I like the Fast and the Furious, but I really didn't follow it that well. But I've watched the movie. I know I watched the first one. I didn't get into the franchise. Let me see, what's another movie I watched another movie recently called, oh God, what was that movie? It was on Netflix and it had Regina King in it. It had oh God, what is that dude's name? He's the one that he was gonna be the Marvel character. And he pretty much got banned in Hollywood because of that chick that he was messing with. That chick, that that one. It's okay, Julian. It's okay. I'll answer best way I can. Jonathan Majors. Thank you, Keisha. Browser perfect. Then landing strips. You know what? I made the mistake when I was a kid, when I was in junior high school. Back in those days, eyebrows were very thin. Hey again, how are you doing? I'm good, the bright side. How are you, sweetie? Back in the day when we had eyebrows, they were very, very, very thin. It was just one line. And the harder they fall, that's it. That's the movie. I gotta watch that again. I love that movie. I was watching that the other day. Yep. I was just watching that. I was also watching Bridgerton. Not bad, was just thinking about you earlier today. Really? I hope you were thinking good thoughts. Well, thank you. Thank you. I hope whatever I said was a benefit. Oh my goodness, what was I gonna say? Oh, Bridgerton. I watched Bridgerton. I watched the whole 3 season thing. I need to look at Queen Charlotte again. What does it feel like being finally in your 40s? Oh, honey, that was 22 years ago. Yes, that movie is absolutely epic. I love it. The harder they fall. Can you imagine living back in those days? My classmate said his grandfather was a part of that story about the harder they. Yeah, I believe it. Yes, Bridgerton is amazing. I love it. I love how they introduced that black culture into the Wild West. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not enough representation of the black culture in the Wild Wild West because we the ones that made it wild anyway. But they always take stuff from our culture as it's theirs. Can I see that picture of your husband? Wait, can I see that picture of your husband yet? He was just here. You miss him? Which picture are you talking about, sweetie? You look amazing for your age. Your skin looks flawed. Thank you. It's makeup. It's makeup. But no filter. No filter. Just makeup. I still don't believe he can bench 300. You know what? He probably can't, Brian. But he's pretty close. He can bench me. Yeah. And I'm not 300 pounds. So I have another question. As a newly married man, how does one speak better with their wife? First of all, you want to speak to her just as respectful as you would want her to speak to you. First and foremost, you should ask him for you. You said you were black on the inside, black through and through, sir. through and through. This is just the outside. Hi, grandmama. White lightning. Hi, grandmama. I'm not your grandmama, but hello anyway. And you need to get you some respect about yourself. Where are the cookies? Ask your mama where the cookies are. Go to a therapist if you want answers. Not a YouTube lady. Go to a therapist if you want answers. Not a YouTube lady. Who you talking to, Hudson? Is there someone in particular you talking to, sweetheart? I'm in Washington State, Virginia. They're starting early tonight. Yes, they are. Oh, the guy asking about marital sheet. Oh, okay. You know what, Hudson? That's okay. That's okay. Let him ask. It's okay. It's okay. Are you Cordelia? No. Is your mama? Is your mama Corilla Davila? Let's see. There we go. I love it. Get the boot. Okay. Now that that trash has been thrown out, the whitest of states. No, actually, Germania is not. It's not the whitest of states. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of black people here. There's a lot of diversity here. It's one of the most accepting of diversity. And you know, Washington, yeah, the state, not DC. hmm Washington is right up in the Pacific Northwest region of the United States before you hit Canada. He can worry about himself. It's good to speak to your elders. They have a lot of insight. Okay. It's not Washington. Like that, Julie. Oh, did you have another question? The bright side, did you have another question? Not going nowhere. Don't let that happen, Germania. Oh, that's a good question I should ask. Germania, where are you from? Germania? From Germania? So you're from Germany? I'm sorry, I thought this thing was going to be too loud. Nah, man, don't do me like that, Vato. What did Germania say just now? My wife says I come off the meaning of supportive when she makes. Wait a minute, I'm sorry. Don't go nowhere. My wife says I come off the meaning of supportive when she makes mistakes, even though she is trying. I don't understand what you're saying, life. I mean, bright side. You come off the meaning of supportive when she makes mistakes, even though she is trying. Well, sweetheart, just communicate with one another and get an understanding of what she means by that. I'm not sure what that means. I don't even live in the U.S. I know Julian, so he don't know what he's talking about. I guess I'm just trying to figure out how to not be so negative and supportive, but at the same time, hold her accountable. I don't know. It's weird. I would just tell her how you feel and be respectful when you tell her. And tell her why you feel the way you feel and go from there. Because you got to communicate, but you got to be respectful when you communicate to one another. Bottom line, sometimes that's harder than shoot. It's easier said than done, you know, because we're still human. Some people get very defensive. Yes, he was Abdul. He was being very rude to Julian. I didn't like that. So you're telling me that she takes it as being demeaning and not supportive? Is that what she's saying to you? Because this might be a matter of her own self, self-esteem issues. It may not be you, but you have to navigate around that as well. That's why it's always important to get to know people before you marry them, for real. I mean, take a while. Yeah. But if as long as you love her and she loves you and y'all work it out together and be communicative together, all that other stuff falls by the wayside. But just know that marriage ain't easy. It's not easy. It's very hard, especially in the beginning. But the longer you're together, you start gelling together, and you have an understanding. Married 11 years, and all I have to say is think about what's going on, and it can be you. I wasn't easy to deal with. Exactly. You know, it's very true. You you have to. I mean, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, but also understand where they're coming from as well, because everybody's got their own specific injues, issues. You know, and you have to be able to respect that. And if you don't want to respect that, then it ain't you're not in the right relationship. But I would think that you would know these things before you said I do. But if you love her enough, you're gonna work it out. Yes, it is. Marriage is amazing, but like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Iris is showing her toddler teeth. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. I'm gonna tell you another thing. Everybody that puts all this emphasis on the big grand weddings, that's what people are falling in love with. They're falling in love with the whole fantasy of the actual ceremony, but they don't think forward what happens after that ceremony, you know. And that's where a lot of people fall short. I think it's both she is a bit defensive, but I do speak sometimes, but it usually after I have said it multiple times. Understand that, sweetheart. So since you have taken accountability for that, which I commend you for, work on your tone. Cause yeah, we can all be guilty of that sometimes. Our mirage is great, just our communication is our only, and that's beautiful. Exactly, the bright side, get there together. Together. That's a good piece of advice. Because therapy does work. Together. That's right. And you know what? Sometimes you need to take the time out to do your own individual therapy as well. Because, you can get therapy for yourself as a unit, but each person is a separate unit. You want an intimate destination wedding? We don't need to spend a lot of money on a wedding. Child, let me tell you. Let me tell you what me and Unc did. First of all, I'll give you the foundation. We met when we were 15. We were together off and on for about a year or two. And, he was seeing whoever he was seeing, and I was seeing whoever I was seeing. But we always managed to get back together. 3 years after we met, I got pregnant with my first son. It's all about compromising and to settle on certain things. Make little sacrifices every day if you want to share life with someone. Absolutely. Beautifully said, Julian. Well, let me fast forward because we waited 10 years from the time we met to the time we got married. I was thinking a church counseling therapy costs too much. Yes, it does cost too much. Bright side. I got a little story for y'all about that too. That'll be just in a minute after I say what I gotta say about this wedding situation. Because, yes, the ceremony is beautiful, it's fantastic. A lot of money is spent because, it's the woman's dream. And from the time she's a little girl, I want this beautiful fantasy wedding and spend all this money and all this opulence. And then when it's over, then you have to look at each other and say, okay, how much debt are we in? Okay, no problem, no problem. But here's the thing. Me and Unc, we had our kids first. We had our kids first. It was 10 years from the time we met to the time we got married. By that time, we already had 2 kids. So my youngest was he was 3. My youngest was 3. My oldest was 6 when we finally got married. And I'm going to tell you how that wedding went. We got on the bus because we were living together at the time. Us as a family, we got on the bus and we went to church one Sunday morning. And I sang in the choir. He sat in the audience and the preacher preached. And after he preached the sermon, it was time to go down in the front and take our vows. And that was our wedding. We didn't have no big opulent wedding. We went to church on a Sunday morning and we made arrangements with the pastor that, hey, after service, can you please marry us? And whoever was there in the audience at the time was our witnesses. Cut and dry. We didn't have no reception. We didn't have no party. We went out to eat afterwards. I think somebody bought a cake. We went over their house for a minute. But yeah, save your money. My wedding cost 15,000. Oh my God. Half the people showed up and we didn't get to go on a honeymoon because we put it in the wedding. It became more for others. Exactly, bright side. You are absolutely right. You got married 3 times, Abdul. Bright side, you said it right though. There's so much that you mentally put into the ceremony. Mrs. Moses, ill, look into it. I'll look into it. That's what my parents did, and they were married for almost 30 years. That's right. Why put yourself in debt? Because y'all gonna have to spend that time to get out of debt. It ain't like it used to be way back in the old days when it was the woman's family's responsibility to pay the wedding. We got married in New York and then we got married in New Jersey twice. Oh, okay. You solidified that marriage, didn't you? I'm gonna make sure they got this down pat. Ain't gonna be no mistakes. The reason we got married 3 times was because we had to do it in a mass twice, and then we had to go to the courts. Okay, I understand. I understand. Gotta make it legal for courts. $150 a session. Hmm. And guess what? It 3 times was a charm, wasn't it, nephew? Third time was a charm. Keisha, is that expensive? Our therapy session was only 90. Hmm. You got married 6 years in? Okay, Julian. So you guys had time to feel each other out and see what was going on with the other person. So that's good. That's good. I'm just talking about these people that just they meet somebody and then 2, 3 months later they talking about getting married. And I'm like, you just met this person. You haven't really experienced this person as a whole. You got to be able to see this person in all kinds of different lights, and you're not gonna see that in a 3 month period. But I'm gonna tell you something about these church therapists. I'm not putting no shade on church at all. Let me put that out there. But not everything wearing that collar, you know, that pastoral collar that they wear, or the suit or whatever. You know, a lot of pastors and ministers, they provide counseling, marriage counseling, etc. Hi, Jen. How are you? Wait a minute. Is that, what the hell is that, Nazi? Okay, bye bye. I'm not sure I'm understanding where you meet and all that. What is that supposed to? Okay, Jen, you chill for a minute. I want you to listen to this before y'all kick her out, because I don't know what she's talking about. She just throwing up symbols. Anyway, when you get a therapist, yeah, I can't really see him that well. It's definitely more than the wedding bright side. But in terms of therapy, when you talk about marital counseling, talk to somebody that's neutral. And when I say neutral, this is someone you don't know. Either one of you know. And this is the reason why I'm telling you this. I know of a pastor, not here, but I know of a pastor who had a church in Reno. I thought that's what that was. I wasn't sure because it's so small on my screen. Okay, yeah, she can kick rocks. Hey, whatever she high into. But anyway, this one particular pastor had a church in Reno, Nevada. And in this church, he had a wife and a couple of daughters. And he had been there for several years. And he was providing marital counseling to parishioners in the church. And one particular couple was having therapy with him. And come to find out, guess who's tipping with the wife that he's providing therapy to, or counseling to, I should say. I won't call it therapy because there's a difference between therapy and counseling. And they were there for him, with him, for counseling, marriage counseling. Come to find out, he was sleeping with the wife of the couple he was providing counseling to. And he had his own wife right there in the church with their own kids. So The church inevitably kicked him out. Told him, you got to leave this church. He ends up here. He married the chick that he was tipping around with. He married her. They're still married right now. She's now the first lady of another church that's here in Seattle that I will not repeat. And he's lucky. He is lucky that that husband that he was sitting there face to face with, providing all this fictitious counseling, he's lucky that man didn't come back and do a number on him. As a matter of fact, he's even luckier that his own wife didn't come up there and knock the snot out of him. But yeah, those two got married, moved up here, and I guess they thought nobody would ever find out. Miss me, we all know. Yep, what a dog. What a dog. So you can't trust when it comes to marriage counseling, you got to talk to somebody that's completely neutral. You got to. You got to talk to somebody that is not connected to you outside of that office. And the problem with them was he was their pastor. Yeah, definitely could have gotten hurt, but he was their pastor. This woman and her husband were members of the church, and he's counseling these members of the church, and him and her start having an affair behind their respective spouses' backs. Must be up there preaching against the. I wish he would. I wish he would. But you know what? He made a mistake one time of asking me and my husband. Because, see, my husband preaches. I'm not no preacher. I'll be the first to tell you, God did not call me to preach. He called my husband to preach. Mickey gonna stay the same until he tells me otherwise. But this man, this pastor, asked me and my husband to get up and do some sort of tag team sermon. Okay, whatever. And my husband said, "Baby, I want you to go first." And I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't, because I'm not no pastor. I don't preach. I don't. But with him and his wife sitting in the front row, I said, "Okay, I'll do it this time." They've never asked me to do it again, because you know what I said? I said, "Well, God has given me a topic to speak about," because the topic was about marriage. Go figure. And I said, "Well, you know what? God has given me a few words to say about marriage. Let me just say this. If you base your marriage or build your marriage on a sandy foundation, marriage is going to sink down into that sand. So that means if you don't get your wife or your husband naturally, it ain't meant for you. That means that you're creating a relationship on a sandy foundation. You got to get your wife from somebody else. If you got to get that wife from a man who already has her, then you're building your relationship on a lie. And that goes for the woman too. If you tipping with this man who already has a wife and a family, and you want to pull him in as your husband, what the hell? I didn't even say hell, but I said, why would you think that that's going to ever survive or be blessed? God don't bless no mess. So that was my sermon. I don't think they liked that because I was talking about them. And they've never asked me to speak again, and I love it. Because if I say I'm not a preacher, don't come at me and keep badgering me into talking to a congregation. I don't want to. Don't do that to me. It's just like these people when I go to church and they want me to come up there and sit on the front pew with her. I don't want to sit in, I don't want to sit with her. I want to, wherever I sit in the church, be glad I'm in the room. Be glad I'm in the room. I don't care about protocol. I don't care about what stuff's supposed to look like. I don't know Keisha, but he gave her a reason, didn't he? He gave her a reason to leave him. He became the reason. So, all I'm saying is that when I go to church, when they try to pull that protocol stuff, you know what it is, Auntie. I'm going to keep it real with you. You just don't like bitches. You don't like people that just try to tear people. Exactly. And I don't like protocol, because protocol changes, you know, all these man-made ritualistic things that they want you to do and adhere to. Be glad I'm in the doggone house to hear the word of God. Don't try to get me. Don't try to publicly make me in front of everybody. You've got to come sit up here with the first lady. No, I don't. Now don't get embarrassed. Please don't get embarrassed because I will embarrass you inside the sanctuary. I don't care. I'll ask God for forgiveness when I leave. But don't play me like that. I don't play that game. And they've tried it several times to get me to come up there and sit with her. I just watched an Argentine show about two lovers who got to couple counseling to help them giving it up. Wow. Wow. You got to be careful. That's all I can say. You got to be careful who you talk to or who you seek counseling with. And if it don't feel right in your spirit, run. Because, shoot, you can talk to anybody. You can talk to a total stranger, and it may be better received by you from them than someone you know, because that person doesn't stand to gain anything. Oh, it's not as crazy as it sounds, Julian, trust me. These are just things that have happened. But stuff like this happens. When you're married to a pastor, they expect the pastor's wife to behave a certain way and dress a certain way and walk a certain way and talk a certain way and deal with certain people. I'm not that one. I'm not, I'm gonna put it like this, I'm not that bitch. Boom. Like I said, I'm not the one. Because if I was what they wanted me to be, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to y'all tonight. I get more out of this than sitting up there playing cutesy pootsy in church. My husband's calling, that's not mine. And I support him 100% in what he does. As long as whatever he does is for God, I have no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. But I, me, I'm not playing a role. If I'm not feeling it, I'm not doing it. There's a lot of things I just don't believe are appropriate in the church. And that's one of them. Getting people to get up and speak that don't want to speak. I don't think that's godly at all. Because it's about show. You trying to put on a show. Your job is to get up there and preach. You preach. That's your job. And me and my husband, we had this conversation tonight about how the church has become so tainted, if I can say the word. There was a time when I was a young girl that pastors in my community, they pastored their churches but they work full-time jobs aside from the church to take care of their family. And that's what I grew up knowing. I didn't know of any pastors that did it full-time as a job. So as I got older and I started seeing some of these pastors that didn't have jobs, but they're relying on the church to pay their bills and do all these things, I started saying, wait a minute, huh? This is their job? Thank you, Julian. But it's your faith in God should not be a career. Am I wrong for thinking that? Definitely true. My grandmother told me on my wedding night, be careful who you speak to about marriage, even family, because they may have good intentions but bad information and advice. She told you the truth, bright side. She told you the absolute truth. You cannot talk to everybody, especially, and I'm not throwing no shade, you cannot you cannot talk to single people about a marriage issue. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to throw no shade on anybody in here that may be single. But until you can relate to my situation, we can't discuss it. If you've never been there, I can't look to you for advice on that issue. That's like going to ask somebody, how does a banana taste? I don't know. I only eat apples. You know, you can't ask for advice on something from somebody that has no idea what you're asking about because they've not lived it themselves. So please be careful, even if it's family. Because family, like she said, may have good intentions, just bad advice or bad information, you know. And then some of them are just downright haters and you don't know it. So, with that said, keep your family, keep your marriage up in prayer, bright side. The fact that you're asking tells me that you care. That's the bottom line right there. The fact that you're asking tells me that you care enough to save your marriage and make it better. Yes, work it out, seek counseling, but be prayerful. First and foremost, pray. Because can't nobody let you. People can let you down, but you know who can't let you down? God can't let you down. It's not in his DNA to let you down. You just have to have faith that you can talk to him and get your answers through him. And he'll provide whatever you need, whether it's therapy, whether it's a friend that can relate to what you're dealing with, whether it's somebody on a chat room that you found out of the blue that it can talk to you. But God has provided everything for you. And the fact that you reached out and asked lets me know that you care. You care. So I commend you for that, sweetheart. Woo! All right. Now, the other thing I was going to talk about, I was watching, unless you guys, if you guys don't want to move on, we can continue to talk about this. It's up to you. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Do you guys want to move on to another topic? Put a one in the chat if you want to move on to another topic.
Every clip you see from Max from now on, I guarantee
Oh, my chat. Two. What's the two for, nephew? You wanna continue to talk about this, or do you want to move on? If you want to move on, I guess it was meant to speak with. Absolutely, bright side. Keisha wants some meatloaf. Okay, well, I pretty much said all I can say on that topic, nephew. I mean, I can't think of anything more to say. I do have something more I could talk about. You guys still want to talk about marriage? Okay. I mean, I can still talk about marriage, nephew. Keisha wants some mashed potatoes too. I was going to talk about something I heard online about Whitney Houston with broccoli, but not Whitney Houston. No, if you guys want to continue to talk about marriage, I will continue to talk about marriage. Now you're hungry. Hey, Rethinkulous. How are you? Fine self. I was going to talk about this. Who is behind me? God is behind me, Sod. Who's behind you? I see him. Pillow. Oh, you talking about this? That's all that is. Keisha, go get you something to eat. I'm good, miss. Hope you're well. I am. Thank you. I hope you're well too. Rethinkulous. I like that name. Rethinkulous. But I was watching. Have you guys ever heard of the paperwork boys or something? There's nobody in a black dress, sweetheart. You might see a black dress hanging on the door. Sod is seeing things. Who over there crashing out? Okay, there's a show. There's another content creator, and the name of the content creator is the Paperwork Boys. I think they're affiliated with Gene Deal. Y'all know who Gene Deal is because he's wrapped up in this Diddy thing. Exactly, nephew. Well, I guess they investigate cases, and they're investigating Whitney Houston's demise. So what they're doing, because they pulled up all kind of information, I haven't really had a chance to really look at all of it. I just kind of come across it in passing. But now this brother he is planning a trip to Beverly Hills, and he has the room that Whitney died in. He has that room booked. He's going to spend the night in that room. And he has invited people that watch his show to come down. And I guess they're going to have a big party, whatever, I don't know. But he's talking about bringing a priest or a pastor. I'm sorry, not a priest, a pastor. He's planning to bring the homicide department to this room, um, because he's trying to convince the Beverly Hills Homicide Department to reopen her case because he's gotten so many receipts and has actually seen interviews with Whitney's brother, and other family members that the brother, the one that introduced her to drugs in the first place. Was I supposed to say that word on YouTube? They getting funny about the words again. Um, uh, the one that was her backup singer, her older brother. He said, "I know who deleted my sister," and he said something along the lines of, "Your investigation will never hold water." So, with all that said, it looks really suspicious. We all know somebody got rid of that woman. We all know that. First of all, the bathtub, she was 5'8". We know how your standard bathtub is. And this was a more upgraded model to where it had the handrails, a little bit smaller than most. Whitney, MJ, Prince all have odd deaths. Record labels bought right to message music. Think about it. They never played his music for ads until he. Exactly, Brightside. Exactly. But it was a money grab as well. Those people died because they were more valuable to the record labels dead than alive. And the public doesn't, they seem to think that, there's so much integrity in people. No. When you get up into the entertainment business, that whole business is a cesspool of demonic stuff. You said it, Ansel. They take out insurance policies on these people. And I mean worth millions of dollars. And then they turn around and create circumstances to where they pass away. And before they do all that, they secure their royalties and their catalogs. This is part of the reason, and I know you guys might disagree, but a big reason that R. Kelly is still in prison right now and not gone is because they can't do to him what they did to the others. It's easy. They just made it to where you go to prison. Now, he made matters worse on himself because he's a deviant individual. Okay? But there's some debauchery going on in that industry. We all know that now. And now it's Diddy's turn. You know, the thing is that Diddy doesn't have the musical talent that those other artists have. If Diddy didn't have the artists, he would have been nothing. He's a good producer. He's an excellent producer. But aside from that, he's not talented. He can't even dance. I'm sorry. All that tap dancing mess he was doing, that wasn't even cute. Sorry. You know, I think Diddy showed the world how dirty the celebrity life is. You're absolutely right, Brightside. He showed us, and all this is the tip of the iceberg because it goes even farther. It goes even farther than the music industry. This is all encompassing. This is music industry, movies, modeling, all that. All of that. Any form of entertainment, even the gospel music industry is tainted because there's money involved. And they're singing about God. But you have to ask yourself, why? Why what is your benefit of singing about God? Do you sing about God because you really feel those things? Or do you sing about God because you have a good voice and there's a market for it? and it'll make you a lot of money. See, the intent is the key. But whatever the case may be, when you get the industry, no matter what, you're right, it's about control. People are making money off of whatever they can. And they're making money off of God. People open churches because they want to make money off of God. People sing gospel songs because they can get a good record deal and make big money off of God. They give concerts. I went to see I went to see Kurt Franklin and the rest of them. Not this past Thanksgiving, but the Thanksgiving before that. Went to Dallas. We went to Kirk Franklin. It was just like a regular Beyonce concert, all the dancing and whatnot. It was, I mean, I had a good time, don't get me wrong, but the church is becoming very much like the world. You know, there's no clear separation. And when, I mean, the only difference is what they're singing about, you know, but the way that they operate, the way that they present themselves. How are you? I do remember you from last night out of the world. How are you? So good to see you again. Yeah, but Satan is very cunning. Very, very cunning. And he comes at us in all kind of different shapes, forms, and fashions. But it's just up to us to be mindful of who we dealing with. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities. And nobody's perfect. Nobody's expected to be perfect. God is a forgiving God. You know, very forgiving. You're doing good. I'm glad to hear it out of the world. I'm glad to hear it. It's good to see you again. So yeah, this Whitney thing, getting back to that, that's going to be really interesting to see how many, because they haven't made an announcement as to when they're going down there. But this guy has booked the room. He's talking about, bringing a spirit box and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, quit fooling around with that stuff. You're going to fool around and have a demon attached to you and you're going to take it home with you. You better quit playing. But he believes that Whitney's spirit is still in the room and he wants to be baptized in the bathtub she allegedly drowned in. And I'm sorry. It's you ain't got to do all that to get the doggone police department or whoever in Beverly Hills to reopen her case. But I think that if you have the evidence, if you have the receipts, you should be able to convince them because this is a new homicide division. This ain't the old one that was in place when Whitney passed. So maybe they'll be able to get something, get some traction because they've got a petition out right now. They're getting signatures on this petition to convince them to do something. It is weird, Keisha, but sometimes you got to do crazy things to get crazy things done. But I'm not in agreement with I'm not trying to sleep in the room that she died in and all this stuff. That's kind of weird to me. Uh, eh, Look, I believe in God, but I don't believe in fooling around with random spirits either. You better know what you're doing. Go up there and summon the wrong spirit. That spirit go home with you. You think you talking to Whitney Houston and you talking to somebody else. Because they're trying to solve her daughter's case too. They believe her daughter was deleted as well. There's so much dirt in that industry. Some things you could never conceive. But in that industry, I believe I've always equated it to, Satan, when Satan was in heaven, He was an angel. He was a beautiful angel. He was the head of the music department, if you want to call it. He was the entertainment in heaven. And he got so big-headed with his beauty that he told God, you know, how dare you not acknowledge me on the same level as yourself, or whatever he said to God to get his butt kicked out. He got kicked out of heaven, and so did a third of those angels go with him. I believe that too, that they unalived her daughter too. And I believe that to be true, and I'm sure it had something to do with the fortune she left behind. Yeah, I believe it had a lot to do with the fortune she left behind. Because Whitney was not married when she passed. And her sole heir was Bobby Christina. And then here you've got this older brother who knows what happened. Oh, yeah, Nick too. Isn't that ironic? Nick too? Isn't that ironic? Ain't no such thing as coincidence. Not in today's society, no. Everything happens for a reason. And it's right there in front of us. It's just all this stuff is happening right in front of us, and we let them tell us anything. You know, they tell us anything and we believe it. Oh yeah, Prince was on drugs. No, he wasn't. He was a health nut. He was not on drugs. But what possibly happened, because he did have hip problems wearing them heels, they were giving him painkillers to deal with the pain in his hip. Who's to say that they didn't slip him some fentanyl, some fake painkillers? Because he was getting prescription. He got prescriptions from the Walgreens down the street. But they said that he had fentanyl in his system coming from some painkillers that were prescribed to him. Now, I wouldn't put it past somebody to come in and swap out the good stuff with the tainted stuff. Yeah, they tell non-believers anything, and they go for it. You know, mainstream media will tell you anything because they believe if it comes from them, it must be solid information. You know, point blank, this is what happened. Thank you for calling CNN. Thank you for watching CNN. You know, and then MSNBC, they come up with the same story. All they do is look at each other's stories and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, same stuff, back and forth, back and forth. It's the New World Order trying to control. Yep. And it ain't, and it about to get weirder. Because there's stuff going on now that they throwing up there to distract us. They got a whole new trial with some rapper that is being charged with discharging a pow pow back in 1920, or I'm sorry, in 2021. We in 2025. Absolutely, Keisha. I don't, what's this ASAP Rocky or something? Who's ASAP Rocky? Y'all ever heard of him? I think it's ASAP Rocky. There's a bunch of ASAPs. The ASAP stands for something, I can't remember what. But one ASAP, yeah, Rihanna's baby's daddy. He's in trial or about to go to trial for discharging what appeared to be a fake pow pow. Him and his homie got into a little physical altercation, playing around or whatever, and somebody claims that they got shot. But the police didn't retrieve any shell casings in the vicinity. They didn't find anyone anywhere. ASAP Rocky. Okay. Have y'all listened to that situation recently? Have y'all known anything about this trial coming up? This new distraction that they're going to have us look at? Because you know they got to have a black person in a courtroom at all times. Yeah, they trying to get him too. And Rihanna didn't even show up to court. All his family, entourage, whatever. Yep, I know you've been stuck doing with the family and everything. I totally understand. Rihanna didn't even come to support him in court. Wow. That's your baby daddy. But this is the funny part about it. The so called victim that got grazed by this bullet that came out of a fake, you know, Anita, congrats. Is there an Anita in the room? Did I miss somebody? Anita. Who's Anita, sweetheart? Katrina, who's Anita? Okay, I don't know about that. But anyway, so this so called victim, um, this so called victim claims that he was grazed by a bullet. And like I said, the police never recovered any shell casings. Why this guy come back a couple hours later with a couple of spent shell casings, saying, "See, I found these in the, I found these in the area that this happened in," and they accepted that. This guy could have went out in the doggone wilderness and shot his thing up a couple times and took shell cases and took them back and said, "This is what I found at the crime scene." Yes, she was gifted a membership. Who was gifted a membership? I'm sorry, I'm so lost. I'm so busy running my mouth. I gifted a membership and you. Oh, I missed that. Thank you, Katrina. I didn't get any notification of that. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. But can you imagine somebody could just walk into a police office and say, "Look, I found this at the crime scene that I was injured at. You guys didn't find them, but I went back and I found these here." Really? You could find them, but the police couldn't find them. Okay. So who's to say that he didn't go somewhere and pow pow, collect them, put them in a little bag, and take them back himself? But this pow pow that ASAP Rocky had wasn't even a real one. They don't shoot bullets. Set up. Thank you. Thank you. But that's how this industry works. They're in conjunction with, I think, the government personally, because the government needs to have smoke screens. Let me say that a word right. Smoke screens available for people to be distracted of what's really going on today. And if anybody's paying attention to the new administration, he's making some moves. But don't look over here. Remember the Wizard of Oz? Pay no attention to that guy behind the curtain. Don't look at him. Look over here. Look at the wizard. The wizard's really not real. There's another guy over there behind the curtain, though. It's all a facade. It's a facade. We just got to stay mindful that, everything that we see ain't real and everything that's real ain't seen, you know. But yeah, this whole Whitney Houston thing is really disturbing to me. I know that I believe I got another membership. I am so happy. Thank you. I gotta figure, I'm gonna need some ideas from y'all. Because I only have one level of membership. I haven't set up the rest. Life is a simulation. That's true. But I need some new ideas. It was Pierre. Oh, Pierre. Oh, Pierre. I like Pierre. He was sweet. I'd appreciate it, nephew. I really would appreciate it. Because I've got to come up with something creative to justify a membership. I don't want you to have to buy a membership and just sit there, but I'm a member. Okay, what's the benefit? I don't know. I got a star by my name. Okay, that's not a benefit. All right, sweetheart. Next on the agenda. So, yeah, I thought maybe that would be, something good to talk about just to try to take up the last of this 2 hour stream. Because I'm not trying to keep y'all up all night. And I'm not trying to stay up all night either. And so far, I've been very good about not saying anything very derogatory that could get me demonetized tonight. They won't demonetize me, they'll just demonetize the video. So, I gotta be careful what I say. But I think I cleared it up last night. It's not for you. You don't do nothing. What you talking about, babe? The membership? Yeah, I know. I know. And I'm running right into it. Thank you, Keisha. I fell for it, and that was my mistake. I cleaned it up afterwards, but that might not even matter. But they did let me monetize that video. They showed me how to do it and everything. I just had to answer some questions about the video itself. Was certain bad words said within the first 7 seconds of the video? No. They just went down the list and asked about a whole lot of different stuff. And I said no to all of it. And it allowed me to turn the monetization back on. I know. Yeah, I do know that. I think it's like $2.99 a month, Keisha. I'm gonna get $3 a month. But I gotta make sure that it's worth, I gotta give them something for that membership. I've bought memberships on content creators platforms, and I'm still trying to figure out what am I membership of? What do I get out of it? But it's such a small amount you forget. But I take people's money seriously. People nowadays, this times is hard, and $2.99 can be the world of difference when you got bills to pay. So, but yeah, this family is definitely soaring above the clouds on their way up higher, and I'm happy about it. There's some other people that I would like to deal with on a positive note, and we'll get to that. It's, let me see, 94 minutes. I got what, 120, 94. I got like 30 minutes left or something like that. It's no big deal. Last night, that 2 hour live stream, right? They access to content non members don't. because I watch you every night, so you might as well benefit. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. You are so sweet, Katrina. Bless your heart. But yeah, that's something to ponder. I'll ponder that. Something for members. Hi, bestie. How are you, sweetie? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. You guys, bestie, if you guys haven't already, go check out her channel. She's one of the realest ones out there. I gotta give it to her. Her videos are not fancy schmancy with all these edits and graphics and all this stuff, but what she delivers is real. It's real from the heart. You did a live. Wonderful. Thank you, nephew, for putting her channel up. You guys go check Bestie out. Go check her channel out. She's a real one. She's talking facts. I love you too, sweetheart. I watched your video today about how you got your apartment. And I'm like, ooh wee. That's what I'm talking about. That faith kind of movement. And it worked out beautifully. Worked out beautifully. You guys listen to her latest video about how she got her apartment. This is a true statement about faith. Stepping out on faith. And God providing at a time you least expected. And he certainly did for her. And he ain't done with you, baby. All right, bestie. Keisha subscribed to you. Yes, sir. She's a real one. And she's my neighbor. We don't live next door, but we live in the same state. Will you give my friend a shout out? His name is Dixon. No, SW. You give her the shout out. I ain't gonna fall for that one. You almost got me, SW. You almost got me. You'd have got me in trouble, too. You were close. You were close. You almost got me in trouble. It took me a minute, but I got it. Uh-oh. You didn't see what he wrote, Keisha? He may never come back. He almost got me, though. That's right. And I caught myself. Dixon, no. I know, huh? Bless your heart. I am so glad I got protection up in here. Because sometimes I need to be saved from my own mouth. I'm reading stuff out loud and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And I would have read the whole thing and I would have went, oh, too late. Yeah. He almost got me. I had to stop myself. My big black protection. Oh, I wanted to tell you, there was a video that you shared with us with the girl that was cutting up the meat, big. She looked pregnant. Her stomach was way out there. There was a video right after that. Oh, yeah, that was hilarious. Nephew had me hollering. His reaction had me done. But there was a video that popped up right behind that. And it was a Caucasian girl and a black dude. And when I say black, that color. He reminded me, you was wearing your wedding suit. I was like, look at this man. Looking like a king all up in the video. But this second video that I saw, it was this couple. It was clearly an interracial couple. And she was very pale, and he was the complete opposite. He, you know what, I'm not trying to be funny, but he reminded me of your character in Roblox. I was looking at that dude saying, "Oh my God, that's my nephew in Roblox." That's how dark he was. That's a bad wedding suit. Twin brother darkness. For real. Oh my God. Did y'all see that video? Did y'all see that video? Oh my God. Blurple. He wasn't purple, he was blurple. Oh God. Shiny. I know that's right. You wore that out. You wore that suit, that outfit out. Ooh, this went down the wrong way. Yeah, but that dude was blurple and shiny, just like your character on Roblox. Ooh, this went down the wrong way. The hat gives you a headache. Oh, I'm fine. The peppermint got down my throat the wrong way. I'm good. I ain't trying to drop yet. I just wanted to know if y'all seen that video that I saw. I tried to find it and I couldn't find it. Man, that's the... Ooh, he was black. Is it heavy? It's beautiful though. That whole setup was beautiful. You gonna find it and react to it? Please find it and react to it. That is crazy. When they turn the lights out, do you think he could find his wife? I would hope so. She bright enough. He could find her, but she sure wouldn't be able to find him. His middle name should be Midnight. Hello, my name is Akeem Midnight Joanna. Yeah, he was blurple. Yeah. And I mean, they were bright white teeth. He takes beautiful care of his teeth. Midnight Madness. Ain't no telling. Ooh wee. I'm sure she ain't complaining either. But he reminds me of that character in Roblox that you have. I'm like, there he is. There, that's him. Right there. He just wasn't doing the dance like you do. I mean, what everything is so black, might as well keep the teeth. Exactly. Exactly. I had a video once, and it was this dude. I don't know where this guy was living at. You might have seen it. It was one of the short reaction videos that I had to delete. And his teeth were the color of this shirt. I have a mid fade haircut. Yes, I do, Guzman. You like it? My little lines have gone though. I can't see my lines no more. I ought to just see if I can get my hair colored because I don't like this gray. But then I'm allergic to hair color, so if I color my hair, what did he say? He said that shit is fire. Wait, come back. Bring him back for a minute. Bring him back for a minute, nephew, if you can. Can you bring him back or untime him out? Mom, my mummy asking to you, do you have any job? No, honey, I do. I do for my own, yeah, I have a job myself. Oh, okay, cool. 10 seconds. Cool. Okay. Okay, let me get an understanding of what you're asking me out of the world. Mom, my mummy asking to you, do you have any job? Um, yeah. Thank you, Guzman. Thank you very much. Out of the world, no, I don't have any job openings. I have a job of my own, no, if that's what she's asking. Yeah, I work every day, 5 days a week. And then I do YouTube all day too, 7 days a week. So, yes, I got that. I thank you kindly, sir. Guzman, Studio 93. I just like your haircut. What the fuck? It looks badass. Thank you. And it's time for another cut. I haven't gotten it cut in about a month. I like to keep it real short. I'm going to try to touch up. I'm going to try to color it. And hopefully I won't break out because I'm allergic to hair color. I color my hair. I break out in blisters all down in the back. Who's winning the Super Bowl? I don't know. I'm not really following it, Guzman. I heard Philadelphia won tonight. I might be wrong. Somebody came in the chat and said Philly won. Are you following the Super Bowl? Thank you, Ansel. I appreciate that. It's just getting to the point where I don't like the long. I don't like it when it gets too much. It gets too heavy up here, and I gotta mess with it, and I don't want to have to mess with it. You see how it's like it's almost got its own little thing going on right there. It's split right here. This goes this way, and this goes. The Chiefs and Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, according to Ansel. She thought you are a school teacher. Oh, kind of. Tell her I'm a daycare provider. So I was teaching toddlers, and then they graduated out of here and went to kindergarten. I just didn't replace them, except for the babies. I got babies instead now. One baby in particular. Cutie patootie. He's enough all by himself. But I need my money to come in, so I have to have more than two. I'm working on getting another couple of kids. But in the meantime, and in between time, do just fine. Just with the two kids. And it's sometimes it can be hard to teach kids. I commend teachers that do that for a living. Especially when you got a room full of them, 20, 30 kids, and half of them don't know nothing about respect. And see, I've been and went old school on them. So it's best I don't work for the school district. Bestie, are you still here? Oh, wifey was a teacher too. I think you did mention that. I commend her. I don't think I could handle a classroom full of kids like that, especially these kids nowadays. Bestie. Oh, I know that's right, Ansel. Bestie, I just seen. Oh, I will, Katrina. I will real soon. Bestie, I seen a video of the top 10 most poorly behaved high school. Wait, the top 10 high schools in Washington state of poorly behaved students. And Cleveland High School was, I think, number 3. Number 1 was Kent Meridian. That's right up the street from me. All over the place. Franklin was not on the. There was a Franklin, but it wasn't Franklin High School in South Seattle. Rainier Beach was though, and my husband works at Cleveland, and I think Cleveland made number. I want to say number 5, but Rainier Beach was number 4, and KM was number 1. I was like, what? Garfield wasn't on the list. Uh, Yeah, definitely Rainier Beach. But there's another, oh, Foster in Tukwila. They were on the list. I was like, what? But a lot of the schools were schools way out in Tullyville, wherever. But as far as the Seattle schools, there were about 4 or 5 schools. Which school was best behaved? No, which students were worse behaved in these high schools? Yeah. These were the worst behaved students in these particular high schools. Or which high school had the worst behaved kids is basically what the video was. It was something crazy. I was looking at that saying, oh my God, my kids graduated from this one. Uh, one of them went to KM. Isaiah went to Kent Meridian. And both of them went to Cleveland. Did they mention which school was best behaved? No, of course not. This was only a video of worst behaved students or high schools that ranked 1 to 10 with the worst behaved behavior or worst behaved students. I wish I could find that. I think it's on Instagram, but it's high schools in Washington State. If you do Instagram, because I don't do the gram very much, but if you go into Instagram, do a search on Washington State high schools. They didn't mention Renton High School. No, not at all. I was surprised too. And they didn't mention Franklin High School in Seattle. They mentioned Franklin High School in some other little rinky-dink town somewhere. They said nothing about Ingram High School or Nathan Hale High School out in the North End. They didn't talk about anybody out north that I recall. Hi, Brian Griffin. I see you. You need to see my husband. He's busy now. You should have been here earlier. He was here. Yeah, bestie, that is crazy. Very crazy, to say the least. But yeah, just when you get a minute, go to the gram and do a search on top 10 Washington State high schools. What's the stream? What do you mean, Evan? What's the stream about? Is that what you're asking? And by the way, when you enter the room, say hello, everyone. Okay, bestie. Okay, yeah, check it out. You smoking a cigarette on live is been. Oh, hey, that's me, sweetie. I'm not changing for nobody. I'm in the privacy of my own home. I want to know what. Let me see. Evan Morales. What do you want to know? What's the stream? What are you bringing to the stream, Evan? You got something you want to talk about? I mean, beside manners, of course, because we're a stickler on manners when you enter a chat, especially for the first time. You want to come in and you want to say hello to everyone and the chat in the chat, and it's just called common courtesy. You know, you might not know that, so just know next time you come in mine, you're welcome to come in here anytime. Anytime I'm live, you're welcome to come in here as long as you're respectful. And that is the first line of respect when you come into my chat. When you come into my chat, you acknowledge everyone before you go on. Say hello, then ask your question. Now, what do you want to talk about, sweetheart? Because I got 3 minutes and I'll give them all to you. Hey, I hope you are having a great night, everyone. And you look gorgeous as always. Thank you, Thay. How are you, sweetheart? See, that's how you enter a chat room. That's what I'm talking about. That's called common courtesy. Yes, we're all entitled to it. Thay, thank you so much. You just proved the point I was just trying to make to someone. And I'm not trying to put them on blast or nothing. But, some folk got to be taught. And you proved exactly what I was saying. So thank you. Well, you guys, it's been 2 hours already. This time flew by very, very, very fast. I'm great, love, always better when your stream comes up, and of course, it's called respect. People love to come and push themselves. You are exactly right, Thay. You are so right. You are so right. Everyone is saying hi to you now, Thay. Me. Hi, wait. DJ Real, greetings and salutations from the windswept and frigid cold snow of Canada. Oh my. Let me read this one. It's colder than a penguin's bum fluff here, but your warmth seeps through the internet in waves of joyous rapture. Oh, get down, DJ Real. That man he got game. You got game, DJ. Oh boy. Saw you were live. Hi, Black Lion. Dropped in to say hello and smashed the like button. We had, oh, it went away. We had a family thing come up, so I can't stay, but wanted to send positive vibes your way. Thank you, Black Lion. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. You felt the challenge, DJ? Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? With that said, I don't want to I don't want to cut y'all off. If you guys want to continue to chat, you're free to do so. I was going to set this for 2 hours and we've already hit the 2 hour mark. So, um for those of you who are, if y'all want to go to bed or whatever, I'm cool with that. Um I do need to wind this down so my husband can come to sleep, come to bed cuz he got to go to sleep. And I think I've kept him out long enough. But I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I'll do this again soon. Okay? So let me see who wanted to stay. Let me just get an idea of who wanted to stay for a few more minutes. Because I know DJ just got here, They just got here, Black Lion just got here. I know he's gonna leave again. Um, Bestie just got here. Oh, God bless you, Bestie. I'll be talking to you. Yeah, he'll be up here soon. I love you, Amy. I think I will, nephew. I will, because I'm kind of beat. But some new people just came in, and I don't want to just throw them out. I love you, Ansel. I love you, Bestie. I love all you guys. I appreciate you all, new and old friends. So I'll let you guys go ahead and say your goodbyes. I love you, Bestie. Love you, Amy. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to shut this thing down. You guys have a wonderful evening. Get you guys some sleep. And we'll start at this at 6. Peace. You have a wonderful night too, Amy. Bye-bye, y'all. Love you too, Keisha.